Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mortgage Monday, April 2nd. And today our topic is appraisals. Again, like all the others, we're going to have a Q&A at the end of the presentation, which should be in about 10 minutes or so. Please save your questions until then, and let's begin. Appraisals. So a residential property appraisal is an important part of the home buying process because it establishes a property's market value, the likely sales price it would bring if offered in an open and competitive real estate market. Appraisals are detailed reports about the property compiled by licensed appraisers and are required by lenders when buyers use their new homes as security for their mortgages. An appraisal is the only valuation report a lender considers when deciding whether to lend the money. Appraisal management companies, or AMCs. Most lenders use AMCs to manage their appraisal orders and communications with appraisers. AMCs maintain a pool of state-licensed or state-qualified self-employed appraisers to meet requests from lending institutions. Each lender may use this pool or screen it for only appraisers that they find acceptable. This would be that lender's approved appraiser list. The AMCs also provide a way for the lender to communicate to the appraiser without unduly influencing the appraiser to affect the appraisal and the value of the property. During the Great Recession of 2008, appraisers had complained they were pressured by lenders, real estate agents, and homeowners to inflate real estate values. As a way to prevent this from continuing, rules were passed that limited, if not prohibited, communications with the appraiser while the report was in process. The AMCs were the buffer. Some of these rules have since been removed or loosened. However, many lenders still maintain policies and procedures with their AMCs to prevent the perception of any undue influence over the appraiser. Many lenders still do not even know who the appraiser is until the finished report is actually delivered to them. Appraisal turn times. Most lenders will collect a deposit from the borrower prior to ordering the appraisal. However, by law, they cannot collect any deposit until after the borrower has indicated their intent to proceed with that lender in writing. The borrower typically is given their intent within 5 days after they have seen the lender's loan estimate and other upfront disclosures. As a result, most appraisals are ordered within 5 days of a borrower's complete application. An appraiser who knows the area where the property is located is randomly assigned to provide an appraisal report for the property at a specific price and by a specific date, typically within 2 weeks. The appraiser can decline the order if they cannot complete the report in the time requested or for the price quoted. The order is then shopped to the next appraiser until one accepts it or makes a counteroffer to the AMC for terms under which they will accept the order. For example, if a lender requires an appraisal be completed in a week, the appraiser may request a higher rush fee. Or if the property is located very remotely, additional time and/or fee may be requested. Lender appraisal reviews. Although many lenders do not have appraisals completed internally, they still maintain an internal appraisal department to review the appraisals when they are complete. It's during this process that the appraisal is reviewed for comparables that meet industry standards and property adjustments are reasonable. Also, the appraisal is scanned for any comments from the appraiser about possible repairs needed to correct any structural or safety issues. If so, the lender will most likely add a condition to the loan to have a licensed contractor or specialist in the area mentioned provide additional information on it, or just complete the repair prior to closing the loan. This is where a lot of delays in the transaction may occur, so it is recommended that the seller's agent be available to meet the appraiser at the time of the inspection to discuss the potential issues. So if the appraiser makes comments about them, the work towards making the repairs has already begun. Approved appraiser lists. Lenders can create a list of the approved appraisers they want to work with at the AMCs. Once an appraiser is on an approved list, it's not that easy to remove them unless the appraiser displays a consistent track record of unethical and/or unprofessional behavior. Consistently completing appraisals with values below what are expected by the homeowners is not always a reason to remove an appraiser if his reports are done according to the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice, and the reports pass the lender's own internal appraisal reviews. A lender can be liable financially to the appraiser if they remove the appraiser without carefully documenting an unprofessional or unethical track record. Simply removing an appraiser due to low appraisal values can put them in a situation of wrongful termination if the appraiser can prove the appraisals were completed and supported correctly. To remove an appraiser, homeowners and real estate agents should provide letters describing the unacceptable behavior that occurred. These are used to investigate and reprimand the appraiser, which could impact offerings of future orders, and if several incidents are documented, have them removed altogether. Appraisal disputes. Sometimes all parties may disagree with the value of a property on a completed appraisal. Lenders do offer a way to dispute this value. The seller's agent and/or homeowner are allowed to provide additional information, such as a description of improvements, receipts, and new comparables to the appraiser for review. The appraiser must review this new information and respond to it within 5 days with a new appraisal value or the reason why he is not using the information and staying with the current value. The lender's internal appraisal review department will also review the appraiser's response and either object or concur with the appraiser. If they concur, there's usually no other recourse the parties have to change the value. Ordering a second appraisal is almost never allowed unless the first is proven to be flawed, and the internal appraisal review findings are also in agreement. It's highly recommended, again, the seller's agent be available to meet the appraiser to discuss potential value issues at the inspection. The agent may be able to point out information the appraiser would not easily find, such as new comps recording within days or more detail on home improvements. Once the appraisal report is completed and dated, any potential comps that record after this date cannot be used unless a new appraisal report is done with a new completion date, and appraisers will charge a fee to simply add one comp to the already completed report. Also, if there is a concern that a homeowner's or agent's past experience with the appraiser could negatively affect the outcome of the report, the agents can request a different appraiser be assigned as long as the request with explanation comes in prior to the first appraiser beginning work on it. So when the seller's agent gets the phone call to schedule the inspection, that's when the seller's agent should determine whether or not that appraiser, they want to work with them or not based on past experience. Okay, so that's the presentation. And now if anyone has any questions, please either type it up on the chat or unmute and let me know. Okay, no questions. Well, thank you very much for calling in today. Our next Mortgage Monday presentation will be April 16th. Topic will be announced within a week or so. And thank you very much for calling in. Have a great day. Aloha.